Good evening, everyone. Anthony, Wall Street Trader, 5:07 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, December 23rd, 2021. This is not financial advice, it's educational. Subscribe, share the video, click the thumbs up. We're here to talk about iExec or RLC. Well, in our last prediction, we thought we could hit 317. Well, we have hit 317. In fact, we have hit 337. We've pulled back to 324. This was the line that we wanted to break. This is the 317 line. We just recently broke it, but I'd like to see more out of this thing. Even though we said once we break 317 and we could get up to 359, 361 in that range, we got to stay over the 317 line for at least a day. And we just broke it, so we have to take this in stride until we know we are clearing it and confirmed over the 317 handle. Again, that means we got to stay over 317 for a day or so for us to feel like we truly broke it. Not for us to feel that way, but for us to confirm that way. So anyway, just to clarify, so we're at 324 right now. Current support is 317, and we've got some wood to chop. We got still 361 handle on the way up. Now, what we also talked about was this, it was a potential upward ascending triangle on the last video, and what has happened is really it kind of tore up quickly. Even when Bitcoin wasn't rallying, this thing was starting to tear up. And we could also see it even more evidently on this particular crypto pair, which is the underlying inner strength of RLC relative to Bitcoin. So RLC to Bitcoin, RLC BTC, which is really RLC over Bitcoin mathematically. We do have a nice spike up. And once we broke this, we spiked up over here to 66.91, literally at this resistance area, and have since pulled back. Now, we do have a floor of support around 62.33 and a resistance area at 67.41. Make no mistake about this. This looks like it could easily start heading back up to 67.53, which is, 5% higher from where we are right now. So 5% higher on this bad boy would be another, would certainly get us up here pretty quickly as well. So, we'll continue to look at that. So if we're up 5% right now, another 16 cents gets us up to at least the midway point, maybe a little higher than that. Now, let's go take a look over at the Bitcoin world, because Bitcoin certainly tore over that broadening wedge that we've been anticipating. And look at this. This was the end of our rectangle, and we are starting to go up. As I mentioned on the last video, nothing goes up in a straight line. In fact, I've mentioned that almost every other video, and it's the truth. And even on the way down, things can oscillate and then come down a little more, consolidate and then go in a little more. I think this was kind of a consolidation area, a leg up, and now I would expect this to start going up. However, a couple of things. We have spiked over this resistance line, which is the resistance line for the broadening wedge. But as we are coming back, we don't want to fall back into this broadening wedge. We want to be on the top side of it. And the reason is that in order for us to confirm a breakout, that really means we have to know that we've cleared it for a day or so. My experience working with cryptos, what I found is that a lot of times, you're going to see little wicks here and there because of the lack of liquidity in these markets. Now, Bitcoin, usually if you're trading a stock, it's typically on one market, whereas these cryptos are on multiple markets. So they're not exactly fully traded on one particular exchange or another. So, just keep that in mind. So we're 50,750 on Bitcoin right now. Support right now is around 50,433. We'll see how this pans out over the day. Hopefully we don't fall back into this broadening wedge. But, I think it appears to me that we've cleared it. But anything's possible. In the meantime, Bitcoin dominance is on a sideways chop. As we mentioned also in the last video, we will maintain our sideways position until we see something different. But right now, looked like we were starting to trend up a little bit, but now it looks like we're going to be kind of like on a sine wave for the moment. Going back to RLC, clearly this thing can really show that we can move. This thing has been boogieing over the last few days, and I'm expecting this thing to get a lot higher. Hopefully we can get to 360 and over that so that we can start plotting our next course. But in the meantime, I'm out.